Welcome to Meet Me in the City podcast, exploring music through the boroughs of America. Today, something different. We've got some feedback over the course of the existence of this podcast that people actually enjoyed the banter between those of us on the podcast. And much to our surprise, here we are. So today, joined as always by my co-hosts and good friends, Dan and Shawn. What's up, boys?
Surprise, surprise.
Howdy.
Here we are right out of the gate. And I guess technically we do have a guest.
Yes.
Because for the first time, behind the microphone and not just behind the board, we have producer Sprinkle. What's up, Sprinkle?
Not much. Happy to be here.
Calm down.
It's delicious dish.
He shared his
Sweaty.
recipes. Yeah. Great to have Sprinkle join us on the mic. This probably will come out before we get to the podcast we record with a new setup. So if you hear that the sound maybe it's a little better at this point. We're constantly working on improving what we do. We're learning as we go. We're not experts on anything. I mean,
Maybe something.
okay.
Things you can't mention.
Yeah, no. Let's keep it PG. We've had a few explicit content.
I'm at tying shoes. I'm really good at tying shoes.
Good.
Wow. Most adults are.
I was a late bloomer.
He's got it down now, though. Bunny ears and all.
I only
Just ask
trip
him.
every now and then.
So today, something a little different. We've been cooking up some ideas for how we can sit down at the table together, have a discussion about music, a music-centric conversation. And what we came up with, you see it probably already in the title, but 5 records. You can call them top 5 records. You can call them 5 important records. You can call them 5 records that are, say it again.
Influential. I can't
Yes,
say it.
easy for you to say. However you want to describe it. And so we've been at work for really probably an embarrassing amount of time, at least for Dan, Shawn, and I.
Sprinkle just came up with it at dinner.
Yeah.
In like 2 seconds, he's like, "Oh, I'll give you my top 5," and boom, boom, boom. And the other 3 of us old guys are over here like sweating over it for weeks. So
Man.
let's get into that process. Shawn, as we went back and forth in our text group, we're talking about this idea. He came up with kind of a rubric and a roadmap, guide rails, whatever you want to call it for us. What did you say, Shawn, as far as just getting us thinking about criteria, how we're going to do this, pick records, all that kind of stuff? What were you saying?
So my initial thoughts were that we would pick records, and believe me, we all have more than 5 on our list.
Definitely.
It's been extremely difficult for us to narrow this down to 5. And my thoughts for myself, and Dan and Will will talk about how they came up with their 5, but these are albums that take me back. I know exactly where I was when I heard it, and it still takes me back to that place, which I think is the power of music.
Sure.
And these records, people probably be like, what? On some of these, but, and I had many more. We're going to have our top 5 as of today, and we'll have a couple honorable mentions.
Yes.
But I have a lot of honorable mentions that have to dwindle down here while people are talking, but that's how I came up with my list.
Okay. Very good. Dan, what was your process in coming up with this?
So I took Shawn's lead, but I also I felt that it had to be a good representation of the band and or artist.
Mm-hmm.
So a first-time listener to that artist would get a good understanding of what they do.
It's good.
And so a lot of these albums were first for me to listen to with that band, and then I dug deeper into that band or that artist. And also, there couldn't be any, as you said, sleepers. Like no more than 2 sleepers on the album. That you're not going to be skipping a song.
Yeah, fast forward tracks.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. That as an album, it holds up by itself and completely. So that took quite a few artists or albums off my list because if 2/3 of that album were bangers, but then the second third of that album was like, I couldn't bring myself to put it on my list.
Okay,
so
it's fair. I didn't really think of it. I love the idea about thinking of it being an intro for someone to listen to. I don't think that we're gonna. It's actually great that we're including Sprinkle in this because I think he's going to offer different bands completely. Styles, genres. Sprinkle, is that true?
Yeah, I believe that's going to be true. My methodology was also, I've been on the Last FM service for about 8 years now. Every time you listen to a song on Spotify, it tracks it. So I was just able to pull that up and just see what my top albums were. So it was very...
it could happen. It could come together quickly.
It came together very quickly. I just did one album per artist. And I picked my favorite. It was very easy. Yeah,
beautiful.
Nice.
For me, I just started to think about the records that I've listened to the most across my life, and a lot of those records go back to a certain time period. Dan and Shawn are a couple years older than me, and we're all three much older than Sprinkle, and so the perspectives that we have, I think, will be interesting. So I didn't really have any sort of deep stuff. I just started throwing records on the list and actually writing them out. First, brainstorming, thinking in my head what records have been important to me across my life. Some of what you suggested, Shawn, were records that can take me to a particular place in a particular time, like instantly. Some of them are, even a newer record that was important to me for a moment. So, with that being said, we've shared our methodologies. We're not going to name the record yet, but what is the oldest record on your list, Shawn?
83.
83. Sprinkle?
2004.
2004.
Wow.
I wasn't even alive.
That was when you were in a coma?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Remember that?
Yeah, exactly.
Dan, what was your oldest?
1978.
78.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Out of my 5, now technically it's part of the honorable mention. My oldest is 1976. So,
wow.
All right, newest. We'll go back around the court. I'll start with myself. The newest record I have, I think, is 2017 for me.
Oh, wow.
So somewhat newer. Dan, what was your newest?
2007.
2007. Sprinkle?
2023.
No, man.
Mine
Shawn.
was 1990.
Wow.
1990 is the newest.
Jeez.
And what was your oldest, you said?
1983.
I knew you were going to stick at that era. I knew it.
So
every band I guessed of yours, it was in that range.
So what's interesting, I was going, even through my honorable mentions, I went through and looked at the years for each album, and like from 83 to 85 was probably my biggest time of finding music and listening to. I couldn't believe how many albums came out at that time.
Yeah.
And were so influential to what I listened to, still listen to. And so I found that really interesting. I still listen to new music, obviously past 1990, but some of those albums don't take me to that place.
Yeah. There's also something to be said about a lifetime behind you of listening to a particular album. And there's probably records that we all left off that we've listened to a ton. Like, for instance, I don't have anything from the Beatles on my list. I have nothing.
I don't either, but I think that's interesting.
Well, and it's not because I don't like the Beatles. I love the Beatles. I've listened to the Beatles a ton, but I've listened to them so much, I feel like there's a familiarity there that I don't go back to it very often.
Yeah.
So there's a couple bands like that, and I think I already mentioned maybe that I don't think we're going to mention, super underground, rare stuff that is not accessible or that nobody can find.
Sprinkle will.
Sprinkle might.
No, I didn't.
It'll just be a different era, which is cool. Did you have, Shawn, do you have an initial list of records that you just threw down and then started to whittle?
Yeah,
How many
I
do you
did.
think you started with?
I probably listed 10 right off the bat, and then I'd take one off and add someone else on, things like that.
Yeah. Sprinkle, yours is based on populated data.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of albums that I really love and enjoy that I just don't listen to very often, like just different genres like jazz or like piano solos or stuff like that, where I'm not listening to it very often, but it's still very good and meaningful.
Hitting up that Bill Evans, huh?
Yeah, the Bill Evans and the I don't know his name. I'll get back to him.
All right, Thelonious Monk, maybe.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm just thinking of solo piano stuff. Dan, how about you? Did you have a list you started with, or was it all in your head?
Well, it was mostly all in my head, and then what I did was went back and listened to the albums in full.
Oh, wow.
And then that really...
I did a little bit of that, but man, that's
I did a
dedication.
little bit of that, too.
Well, I probably only... So, last summer, was it? Christine and Owen and I did our, top 20 songs.
Okay.
And so that was kind of still fresh in my head. But yeah, then that's how I went through those albums. And yeah, there were several that I thought for sure were going to be on my top 5. And then I go back and listen to the full albums, and I'm like, that just doesn't cut the mustard for me. For my criteria that I set up for myself.
Yeah, that's all right. I had 19 records on my list when I started, and that was limiting myself to 1 record per artist, because if I added additional records for some of these artists, it would have ballooned very quickly.
Now, how many pieces of vinyl do you have? And I know you sold off quite a few.
I did, but it started to build back up. If you count, because I've started dabbling back in CDs again, because they're just so cheap now, and if you want physical media, you can find them anywhere. I mean, I have north of 2,000 records and CDs. How many have I had over my life? Who only God knows at this point, but it's a lot. All right. I don't think we picked who's starting, but Shawn says Dan. So
geez.
you can. This is totally on you. What order you want to share?
We could go
around
clockwise.
Okay, and then back. That's fine.
That makes it easy.
Yep. And listeners, that doesn't mean anything to you, but we're starting with Dan.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with my oldest.
Neil. And these are no particular order.
No particular order. Okay. Neil Young, Comes a Time, 1978. Talking about specific time and place. My parents had an addition built onto our house, and had a fireplace, had a couch, had our stereo system set up in there. And I would sit in there, lights out, and just listen to Comes a Time. Listen to other stuff too. Listen to Comes a Time. And I think for me, with this album, being a singer-songwriter, really just his lyrics were simple but meaningful. His guitar playing was, again, simple. I could play it myself for the most part. But the songs, I mean, Comes a Time is the title track. Look Out for My Love. It's just a great song. I mean, I'm sappy. I'm a sappy love song dude. And for me, again, going back to my criteria of a good starting place for Neil Young, if you don't know Neil Young, this is a good place to start. And then you can go into Neil Young and Crazy Horse. You can go into
Harvest
right.
Moon.
Harvest,
you can go to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. I mean, the Yardbirds. You can, but this is a good jumping off place. Gives you a good understanding of his songwriting and what he was going, and again too, as a singer-songwriter, what they're going through, what in this album. There's always somewhat of a theme in this album for me. My note takes me right back to preteen, young teenage years, and just sitting in that dark room, lights out, just the light of the turntable, and just sitting back and listening to it. I loved it.
Amazing. I've not spent a ton of time with that particular record. I have so many Neil Young records, and part of the challenge with him is his catalog is just so massive, and There are a couple good starting points, but Comes a Time's good. Shawn, you spent much time with that record?
I did, and Harvest Moon wasn't that the other?
That
record?
was the later one that came out.
That right? That
90,
was
91, something
awesome.
like that.
There's Harvest, and then there's Harvest Moon.
Yeah, both of those, Harvest and Harvest Moon, were great. I mean, Dan, I think growing up, Dan turned me on to people I probably wouldn't have listened to, and vice versa. Yeah. Like he was, Survivor, he's mentioned them, and Foreigner, and Steve Miller was a huge one.
Oh, yeah. Book of Dreams.
Yeah. I love Neil Young. I love his songwriting.
Yeah. His voice.
Everything.
Yeah, such a unique voice.
Yeah.
Sprinkle, anything on Neil Young?
I don't have anything to add.
Wonderful. Well, guess what? You're up, buddy. What we got?
Yeah, so my first album is MF Doom's Food.
Food.
From 2004. And,
I've actually heard of MF Doom. So.
Yeah. And I guess the memory that I have with this album is back during the COVID pandemic, you can imagine. I was working at a local hospital in the lab back then. I was working second shift, and because of staffing, sometimes I was working third shift as well. And I remember just listening to this album, just like in the middle of like a 16-hour shift, and just going delirious at like 2 a.m. And just it was like so clever and so just it like loops because it's a pretty short album, it's like under an hour, so you could listen to it like 9 or 10 times in a shift.
Wow.
You just listen to it on loop, and it just spoke to me. It was great stuff.
So, what type of music is MF Doom?
So he's a
it's
rapper.
Villainous music.
Yeah, it's real villainous. But specifically, that album is all like all the songs are titled after different like foods or food related things. But there's like skits going on, and normally in a lot of these old rap albums, I'm not a fan of the skits. I think that they've aged very poorly for the most part.
Oh, come on!
But on Food, I think the skit is great. I think that
He's
all
a funny
of
guy.
There's a story. It's got all like the old timey voices, and like it's an old like radio program because he's pulling from like the Fantastic Four, like the old thing. I don't know exactly where it's from, but it's
comic books. I mean, it's hip hop, but he's right in the center of that underground hip hop movement from the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. And he's kind of, maybe the greatest out of that genre. But
And what year did that come out?
2004.
Yeah.
Got it.
Good stuff. Good.
All right, Shawn.
So I'll start off with what we kind of talked about this in our first episode, but I have to include this album in my top 5, and that's U2, Under Blood Red Sky. I think that record changed everything for me. It made me want to be a guitar player. It was kind of aggressive to a degree, post-punk, but melodic. It was live, which was super cool. And it was so probably one of the most pivotal records as a guitar player for me. I just wanted to be the edge. And so I think from that point on, after hearing that, and I was a freshman in high school because I was looking up the dates, and I traded a record with a kid in my homeroom class, and I traded him Howard Jones.
Oh, wow.
And he gave me U2. Talk about two very different artists. And I just couldn't stop listening to it. I mean, I went out and bought it right after that. And so it's so pivotal in just kind of my musical journey. And I just was obsessed with U2 at that point. So
I remember sitting in your bedroom, and that's the first I had heard it. You put that on. And again, just like you, I was like, what is this? This is amazing. Yeah. And it wasn't, you hadn't heard anything like that before.
No.
Yeah. Great album.
Well, and it's almost like a little bonus in that it's like an early greatest hits.
It is.
If you look at the track list, it's the first, 3 records?
It
basically, Boy of War and October.
Yeah.
The songs that you would choose, maybe others would choose other songs, but it's got all the big songs.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very, very good. Sprinkle, any thoughts on U2?
I have no thoughts on you two.
Good or bad thoughts?
I like them. I don't have anything against them.
Just not your main source.
It's not my bag, baby.
Yeah. So does that mean I'm up?
Yep, you're up.
Take us.
These guys will have probably guessed this, but Prince, Sign of the Times.
Sign of the Time. I knew Prince was going to be on there. I didn't know which one.
Yeah, I was thinking you're going to say Sign of the Times.
Yeah, that for me is, and I don't have any memory about when that came out other than just being alive and present in the 80s. Prince was,
what year was that?
87, I believe.
Oh,
That was 87?
yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I looked it up and confirmed, but yeah, 87.
Wow.
Because right before that, I think was Parade, and then Around the World in a Day, and then Purple Rain, if you go backwards in the order. I think Parade was before Sign of the Times, if I remember right. It's a 2-record set, which I was thinking about this as I put my list together. There's a couple on here that are double records. That's not even really a thing anymore if you listen digitally. It's just like a long record now. Right. Whereas before, if you got it on cassette or CD or LP, it was two physical pieces of media. It just is. I think it's a top 5 record of the 80s. It's my favorite Prince record. It's got all the stuff that you would want from Prince. There's just incredible guitar work if you listen to The Cross. I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man, Starfish and Coffee. Then there's, a few of the hits, You Got the Look and that kind of thing. But I don't get sick of that record. And there are also, the other thing about being obsessed with an artist like Prince, he was so prolific that when he released the reissue of this a couple years ago, there's other stuff that he was recording during that time that's all really good too. And you start listening to those bonus tracks or the unreleased things, and he was a genius. And yeah, I don't get sick of that record ever. I guess that would be a criteria I would have put on it, that I can still just throw it on and listen to, even today. But I don't have like a memory that I go back to 1987 and think, oh, really loved that You Got the Look video or whatever. But it's my favorite of his.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that record too. Prince is awesome. I remember when that record came out, I was a freshman in college, and when you hear the hits, I actually like the other songs way better than the hits. There's just some great. Is Housequake on that?
Yes, Housequake's
yes,
on there.
That is a killer.
Adore.
Yes.
Ballad of Dorothy Parker.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh my gosh, it is. That's one that I don't think it would be the place I would send someone to start with.
Right.
I mean, Purple Rain's the obvious, inroad there, but Sign of the Times, there's such variance. It's like a highlight of all of the different things that he can do, going from ballad to funk to spiritual to everything in between. So that's why I think it's his. I think it's my favorite record of his. I'm not going to say it's his best, but it's up there. Dan, any thoughts on Prince?
No, I loved his hits back in the 80s, and he was just so unique. It was awesome. I really came back to Prince when Owen was getting into Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And Owen, not to give him a big head, but again,
this is Dan's son, Owen. We know you're listening, buddy.
He and I think I mentioned this on another episode, is that I really went away from music for a long time. And because of his love of music, and you are a big part of that too, of his diversity, I think, in what he's listening to. But on long road trips, we'd drive out to Montana all the time, and Owen would be the DJ. So he's throwing on these cuts, and I'm like, oh man, I totally forgot about that. Yeah. And so my love of music really came back, and Sign of the Times was definitely on that list of stuff that he was playing. So,
Sprinkle, any thoughts on Prince or Sign of the Times specifically?
Sign of the Times is great. I'm a big fan of the self-titled album.
Oh, early stuff.
Yeah, early stuff. I think that's good, but it's all great. Yeah.
Good. Are we going back around then?
Yeah.
So I go, man, I
You go
double up.
Double dip.
Double up,
Ooh,
most
all right.
definitely.
Double up, most definitely. I'll start with my newest record,
Nice.
which is the Slow Dive reunion record.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes.
The last record, or
Well, not the most
Slovakia?
recent one.
Not
No,
Slovakia.
the one that came out in 2017 that has Sugar for the Pill
Yes.
on it and Slow Mo and there's a reason. This is going back, Shawn, to your criteria. It takes me to, even though it's only 8 years ago, that record came out in 2017, and I moved in 2017 from Cincinnati to a little town called Piqua, north of Dayton, about 30 minutes north of Dayton, and I listened to that record so much that summer after moving, because you move to a new town, and while most of my friends and family are in Dayton and Cincinnati, you're still living in a new town. You don't know anybody, and what do? You put music on. I mean, if there's nothing else going on, and I listened to that record over and over and over. It's a fantastic record. Dan, Shawn, and I got to go see Slow Dive last year.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was. It was really good. I didn't
Great
know
show.
Slow Dive until then.
Really?
Yeah. I
Oh,
didn't.
wow.
Yeah. You guys turned me on to Slow Dive.
So when I was living in Cincinnati, one of the shops that I lived closest to was Everybody's Records, which is a great shop. And I would go there almost every Friday. And one day I stopped in, and they had like all of the original EPs that were on Creation. Is that what they were on originally?
Yes,
Something like
I think
that.
so.
All the original stuff from like 91, 92, 93.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all this old, you just never see a stack like that. And I knew of them, but I didn't know them. And so I bought them all because I was like, I'm never going to see these. And I haven't. I've never seen them again. And even the guy at the counter, he said, you just don't see stuff like this come in that often, especially like all of their stuff. And so that led me down a road of listening to them. And then like 2 years after that is when they got back together and released that record. So I was super jazzed that I missed them the first time around. Shawn, you've been a fan of theirs for a long time, right?
Yeah, I saw them in early 90s at Bogart's on their first record.
Wow.
This guy, so
I know.
cool, man.
That's
But,
amazing.
I was that shoegaze guy.
Yeah.
And that's what, Oh, man, Slow Dive. What's really shocking about that record is because they went so long without doing a record. Then you come back, do that record, and it's like, what?
It's like
Where
20,
have you been?
22 years or something
Yeah,
like that.
it's like crazy. And then, side note, their newest one after that, I absolutely love that
great.
record.
Yeah.
A little more electronic, which is very cool. But Slow Dive, man, they're not on my top 5, but I have a place in my heart for them. They were amazing, just dream, washed out, great stuff.
Really good. Yeah. Sprinkle, any familiarity with Slow Dive?
Oh yeah, I love Slow Dive. They're really good. I'm a big fan of shoegaze. I got a shoegaze album on my.
Really?
Do you really? I didn't know you like
didn't
shoegaze.
know.
Yeah, like My Bloody Valentine.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
They were like the original OGs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Slow Dive was right there with them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
All right, that's good on me. Slow Dive. So then we're back to Shawn.
Oh, wow. I got to look at my list here. So I guess I'm going to go in chronological or by year, which is chronological. And I got to mention Prince,
Nice.
Purple Rain.
Yes.
And I've told these guys this story, and going back to my criteria is I know exactly where I was when I heard that record. All these records, actually, but on my top 5. But I was at my house in Centerville, suburb of Dayton. James Michael, a friend of ours, came over. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, When Doves Cry was the first single from that.
I think that's right.
If I'm not, and so I heard that song, and before that, 1999, all those were just amazing. I loved them, and he's like, you got to hear this record. And I'm like, and James used to turn me, his brother would buy a lot of like B-52s and things. That's how I got turned on to them. And so he had Purple Rain, and we just sat in my driveway and listened to the whole record, and I was just blown away. Gosh, I mean, there's hits after hit on there,
Oh, it's
but
just
all the other
nonstop.
songs
Yeah.
are so good. There is no Purple Rain. I love that song. Love it, love it.
Yep.
And so when I listen to that, it takes me right back to the 1984 being on my driveway. And it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, I mean, before that I was a fan, but that was like, okay, this dude is legit.
Next level.
And he was legit before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't need you to
He
tell
didn't
him.
need me,
No.
a suburbia kid in Centerville, Ohio, telling him he's good.
But thanks for your vote of confidence.
Yeah.
He appreciates that.
I think I told you guys this. My 1 year for Christmas, my sister got me a little, it looked like a credit card, but it was a FM receiver.
Oh, I thought you were going to say leather chaps.
No.
Little?
My sister didn't get me the leather chaps. So
Whoa.
but
Do tell
news.
more.
I'm at my dad's house. My parents are divorced. I'm at my dad's house, half asleep. I have the earbuds in. First time, and I'm half asleep. And when Doves Cry starts, and it freaked me out. That was the first time I'd ever heard that song that I knew, and I just woke up instantly and had to listen to that song. And that was during the time when you would record Z93,
Right.
the radio overnight in case you
Yeah.
missed something coming out.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to make mixtapes
oh,
off
I did too.
just listening and
Yeah.
hitting
Yep,
record.
pause, record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the first time I remember hearing When Doves Cry. That's just amazing.
The whole record is
stuff,
just,
yeah.
it's all killer, no filler. Sprinkle, any more thoughts on Prince?
Nah, he's great.
All good. All good. You're up, buddy.
I'm up. My next album is Deaf Haven's Sunbather from 2013. It's like a black metal shoegaze, but it's all like sunshine. It's all very bright. The album cover is very iconic, pink. It's a huge album that came out the year it did, very popular.
So the band's name is what?
Deaf Haven.
Death Haven.
Deaf Haven.
Haven.
Deaf.
Like you are, apparently.
Well,
We are a bit older on this side of the table. So,
Yeah, it's just like shoegazy. It's just real like walls of sound, huge,
Yeah.
massive.
That's
walls of
cool.
sound.
Okay.
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
Awesome
What
stuff.
and what year did that come out?
I think I said 2013.
2013. Okay.
2013. I was in high school, just starting to get into music myself. It's just like it's good stuff. It's
So
real loud. And
how did you come across the record?
so I was back in high school. There was a lot of like music YouTubers. Shout out Anthony Fantano.
Oh yeah.
The
busiest,
internet's music,
yeah.
the internet's busiest music nerd.
Yeah.
I used to watch him all the time. That was one of the albums that he reviewed, and I think he gave like a 9 or a 10. And it just, I'm gonna listen to this, and it was good stuff.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
Dan, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you do not know anything about Deaf Haven.
No, I do not.
Neither do I. But
I don't
They
either.
just had a new album come out like last week that I haven't listened to yet.
oh wow.
Wow.
We need to have a listening party.
I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I actually didn't really like their last
okay.
2 albums very much. There's like changing their sound. It's not.
Not your bag.
Yeah, but people still like them. They're still popular.
Sunbather. All right, we'll check that one out.
Cool.
Beautiful. Dan.
I'm gonna go in chronological that too.
Yes.
I can't. Why can't I
Chrono.
not
Just
speak
like chrono.
tonight?
In order.
Yes, in order. 1985, The Alarm, Strength.
Oh, wow.
That album.
That took me by surprise there, dude.
It doesn't me. Go. You go. Go.
Oh no, it's so why they didn't become larger than they are is beside me. I just love it. But this album, it is U2-esque. It is a little bit edgier than U2. The funny thing is, researching this, I saw that they're from Wales. I always thought they were Irish.
Yeah.
But they had opened up for U2 and they opened up for Dylan, which I didn't realize that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But Strength, great, title track, just amazing. And it's raw. You feel like, again, I thought they were Irish, but every track on here, you just feel like you're sitting in a pub and they're just singing to you. They're telling you their stories. Spirit of 76.
Yeah.
So this is one I loved when it first came out. But then when Shawn, when you moved out to Seattle, moved away for a little bit, and I'm basically left in Dayton. All my friends had moved, gone away. I'm living there by myself. I really came back to this album, and this album I can remember sitting in our apartment on Ashley Street in Dayton, sitting in the window listening to this album, and it just, man, it takes me right back, and it just means so much to me. I love that album. Some of these albums, it's like old friends. You know, you haven't seen each other in a long time, but you come back to it, and you just start right back where you were. And this album is that for me. I can't say that I listen to it on a heavy rotation, but when I do hear it, it just means so much to me. Yeah, notes working class rock reminds me of a cross between U2 and Springsteen.
Okay.
So that's where, kind of that working class, talking about where they're coming from. Knife's Edge, just great stuff. And again, I don't think if there's maybe one song on here
you would skip.
It's a sleeper, but everything else, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, I would listen over and over and over again.
It is crazy. I forget about that album, and I loved the next album, Rain in the Summertime, which is such a great pop song. But why did they not become bigger? It just, and they were heavy, kind of a heavy acoustic too, if I remember right. They kind of had this acoustic drive in this, and then it was electric, and a lot of energy, just angst. Yeah. That was awesome. I love The Alarm.
And it's funny, the lead singer, he's been battling
Mike Stand.
Yeah, he's been battling some health issues, but I follow him on the Instagrams, but anybody who was in music during that time knows him. Knows. I thought they were this kind of small band. Everybody knows them. It's crazy.
Yeah,
they're probably like one of those your favorite band kind of thing. That maybe they didn't get their due as much as they should, but everybody who knows. I've not spent hardly any time with
and again, this is
Alarm.
This is one of those albums that is a good, coming into them. Yeah. And then
is that the one that has the gray cover?
It's Strength. It's kind of gray. It just says Strength, and it has like a red bullet hole in the middle.
Yeah.
So I have the poster. A customer of mine knew that I was a big Alarm fan, and he had it from that tour. And he's here. I just have it rolled up. Do you want it? I'm like, yes, please.
That's awesome. That's great.
Really cool.
I never remember them coming around.
I don't.
Okay, I would have seen them.
Yeah.
It's like weird.
Yeah.
But U2 never came around either. They'd play Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's it.
The big cities.
Yeah, the big places.
Sprinkle anything on The Alarm?
Never heard of them before. I'm sorry.
Check them out. Check out that album.
That's why we're doing this, to share some music. Sprinkle, you're up. What's next?
Our Dan's up.
Oh, are you doing? Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a twofer for Dan.
Twofer. So we're going Joshua Tree. U2 Joshua Tree. To me, again, Shawn, you were talking about Blood Red Sky. This to me was every song, almost a different genre coming off this album, and you start with Edge. You had it on there?
I did.
Say it.
Yeah.
I had it on.
One thing, we did a little exercise before we all named and tried to guess the 5 artists that would be on our list, and so I was looking at my little sheet, and we folded them up. We'll see later. Dan?
Again, I don't think that there's this one.
There's no skips.
There's no skips.
No skips.
Start out where the streets have no name. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. With or without you. Great.
Keep going. Red Hill Mining Town.
Red Hill Mining Town. Bullet in the Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Running to Stand Still.
Oh.
And so, and this was a breakup album for me. 1987. The the girl I thought I was going to marry, first real love of my life, broke up with me. I had this on vinyl, and I had a stereo system in my room. I was 17 years old, and from the time she broke up with me, within a month, I had lost 20 pounds because all I did was go to school, go to work, come home, put that album on. I didn't eat. I was so depressed. But the cool thing about this album now is that it's transcended. Is that the word? It is.
So.
It's gone past that.
Yeah. It's not just that memory.
It's not just that memory. I still love this album. I mean, U2 has so many good albums. You know, I've seen them 4 times, I think now.
Yeah.
Probably the most I've ever seen in any band. But this album to me it's so good. Good.
I mean,
I got to see him on. I didn't get to see that tour. I know you did, Shawn.
The original one.
Yeah.
The only time you seen him was Joshua Tree.
And the reason I didn't go to that tour is the girl I was dating, she couldn't get a ticket, and didn't want me to go if she couldn't go.
Oh.
And so,
That's
and then,
not right.
oh, I know.
Let's not throw her name out,
Yeah,
but
I'm
screw
not.
that girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get in the way.
Yeah.
You did better down the road anyway.
Oh,
So
definitely,
in 1987, Dan, it's going to be okay.
Right. Yeah. But so many hits on one album is the only notes I put down on that one.
Yeah.
But, man, just a great album.
Shawn, I know you got something to say. I mean, you've already.
Oh man, that
waxed.
album is so good. Actually, one of my least favorite U2 songs is on that album.
What's that?
I still haven't found what I'm looking
What?
for. I'm not a big fan of that
Was
song.
it just because it was overplayed so much, or what?
I just didn't like it. Like
Hmm.
Streets with No Name opens it up, and it's like,
Right.
whoa, hold on tight.
The guitar.
Yeah,
Opens
it was,
up.
and then
Yeah.
it kind of to me goes down a
can hear it.
minute.
As soon as you say
then
that,
it
you're just
goes.
Yep.
And then recently, I just saw something on With or Without You, which that was the first single, and when I heard it, I'm like, this is awesome. That was a trash song.
Oh,
They were
really?
not going to put it on the record.
I didn't know that.
And they dug it out, and this producer said, let me rework it. And I think you'll really like it. And they reworked it. It became the single for them,
Huge.
Wow.
which is nuts. But, and they kind of went down a little bit of a different path on that record, too, from Unforgettable
A little
Fire,
bit.
which I
Yeah,
love.
Yeah, a little
They
bit.
kind of went rootsy,
Yeah, a little
Right.
bit.
more rootsy.
Yeah.
And they started, wearing cowboy hats and long hair and all that
Edge
stuff.
was starting to lose his hair.
Yeah.
Then, so.
But,
Sprinkle, do you have any thoughts on U2?
Yeah, there's a like the album cover of it's like very iconic.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Very much so.
I've seen a lot of riffs on that.
Yes.
That's my main interaction with that album.
Okay.
Oh, it's awesome.
cool.
I mean, obviously, I remember the hits from back then, and U2 is a big. I didn't put U2 records on here because I knew U2 fools would have them on there. I didn't think both of you would. But
U2 fools.
U2 fools.
U2
See what I did?
fools.
But I've seen them a couple times, and when they did the Joshua Tree anniversary tour,
Yeah.
took my wife and 2 girls, and it was my girls' first concert was to see
Wow.
U2.
What year was that?
17. That was the same summer that I was listening to Slow Dive nonstop, and it was great. It's a pretty good first concert.
Yeah,
I
no
think.
kidding.
Heck yeah.
Now, who opened for
Oh
them?
man, I know you're going to ask me that.
Sorry.
It's the guy he's a big producer, Teddy.
Pendergrass?
Pendergrass.
You guys. No, it's not. Is
He
it
was
One
alive
Republic?
in 2017.
Is it One Republic?
Oh.
Yeah, it's One
They
Republic.
had
No,
those
okay.
hits. the
Yeah, they had
hits,
some
yeah.
big hits, and my oldest daughter, loved them, and so it was cool for them to see a band that they really loved, and then to be able to see a band that I really loved at the same show.
awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
I got to see that tour too.
Yeah.
Owen, Christine, and the girl that Owen was dating at the time. It was a spur of the moment. Christine got the tickets, and we drove to Indianapolis, and Beck opened, and it
Nice.
was it was. It
So
was
did they
amazing.
play the record in full?
Entire
And, yeah,
the whole
Wow.
record,
Yeah.
and then they
Wow.
did other stuff afterwards. Yeah,
Wow.
it's great.
That's awesome.
Great.
All right,
Okay,
Sprinkle.
sprinkles up.
Yeah, my next album is going to be Aesthetica from Liturgy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Will knows who that is.
I know Liturgy. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've listened to a bunch, but
Okay. I guess it's just the woman behind it now, Helia Hunt Hendricks. It's like it's black metal, but it's very experimental, and there's a lot of like theology behind it.
Huh.
She gets really into that. But that's one of their first albums, and it's just really riff heavy, a lot of repeating the same thing over and over again.
Okay.
I just really like that stuff. I listened to a lot of The Hospital when I was working there because it just like keep going. It was like like a rhythm.
On loop.
Yes.
Okay.
And the band was called what?
Liturgy.
And where are they from?
They're from Brooklyn.
They're from Brooklyn.
They're from Brooklyn, yeah.
Wow.
Cool. Yeah, it's just good stuff. I don't know exactly how I discovered it. Probably through, like Anthony Fantano. But,
Yeah.
it's really good. I don't know if you fellas would like it, but I quite enjoy it.
I'm gonna cue these up, the ones that you
Yeah.
share, because
I
I'm
am
pretty
too.
sure. I know there's a couple on your list that I'll know, but the other three I'm pretty sure we don't. So it's great. It's good to add some new stuff to listen to. I'm betting Dan and Shawn have nothing to say on
No,
this.
no.
I've not heard of them, but I'll take a listen.
That's
I've heard
okay.
of leprosy.
Really?
It's-
Did you have lepers?
No.
I
Those-
thought that's
those-
how you lost your hand.
Wait a second.
I found it again. It's okay.
So
I
you
was
did
just-
find what you were looking for.
I was just sitting on it wrong.
No, there's a really good album called Leprosy.
Is it really?
From Death? Yeah.
Okay.
I almost had a Death album on.
Oh man!
But shout out Death.
Shout out Death.
Shout out
They
Death.
They made death metal. That's like where that came from.
There you go.
Is that the band from Detroit? Or am I thinking
No, that's a different band called Death.
Okay.
They're like a punk band. Death is like
I was gonna say
the
Death. The other band, Death, from I think they're from Detroit. They're really good too.
yeah. I don't know where.
Really interesting story on that band.
Apparently, Death came from Orlando, Florida.
Okay. Bonus.
And
There you go.
The Sound of Perseverance. That album rocks.
Okay.
We're getting some honorable mentions
There
here
you go.
from Sprinkle in the midst of it all. Shawn, you're up.
Yeah. So this one's probably going to throw you guys for a loop. You may not even.
CNC
I know you
Music
know
Factory?
the artist, but not the album, maybe.
Not CNC Music Factory.
No.
Oh,
Close.
Fine Young Campbells. No. Okay.
So Thomas Dolby,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
The
Yeah.
Flat Earth, which was his second record after, his first record was She Blinded Me with Science, which, everybody knows that
Yes.
single.
Yep.
And that album, that first album of his, was very different than this album.
It's poetry in motion.
That's right. And I heard the first single, Hyperactive,
Yeah.
which was kind of real upbeat and kind of spastic. And Dan and I used to DJ for our church youth group, and I would play that song all the time by
That
Thomas
song.
Dolby.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you buy the record. So I bought the record hearing that one song, and it is totally different than that
than
song.
everything, yeah.
That's the last song on the record. And at first, when I heard it, I was like, I'm not sure if I really like this. And then it just became a part of my life. Like, I was working at Roy Rogers by the Dayton Mall in the summer, right? And I would put this record on every time I was driving home, and it's that perfect nighttime record because the music is kind of almost a mix between groove and mellow. It's a very mellow record.
Yeah.
And the lyrics are just awesome. And I would just listen to that over and over when I was coming home from work. And
While eating a roast beef sandwich.
yeah, their roast beefs were good.
Oh, buddy.
The best. Arby's has nothing. But it was, and so I actually I went back to revisit this many years ago from now, and I'm like, it still holds up.
Wow.
I can just sit there and listen to this, and it takes me right back to my car on a summer night with the sunroof open,
Is
driving
that the
home.
Datsun?
The Toyota Celica.
Toyota.
Yeah. And it just,
smelling like beef and French fries.
that's right. Wondering why am I working there?
Oh, geez.
But losing myself and the music, and it just takes me back there instantly.
Hyperactive's the only song I know. I'll have to listen to that album.
Yeah, I don't have any familiarity with that album. I mean,
It's very different than and I like his first album a lot. but that it's such, the bass has really great like bass lines, and it's just kind of groove.
Okay.
It's really different. So I would highly recommend it.
I think most people probably consider him a one-hit wonder, right?
Oh, for sure.
But
For sure.
worth digging into.
Yes.
Yeah. Sprinkle anything on Thomas Dolby?
I hadn't like specifically heard his music before, but he's worked with a bunch of people that I've heard him working on that. He worked with like George Clinton and Herbie Hancock. And
Yeah, Herbie Hancock was a big fan of his.
yeah. Well, they
Keyboard oriented.
Yeah.
yeah. I'll have to go check that out. It looks interesting. Real
Same here.
synthy.
Dan, anything else on Thomas Dolby?
No, just again, I love that cut, and I remember you playing. Now that you said that, I remember you playing that.
Yeah.
The Dry Dock.
Dry Dock.
Those were the
downtown Tip City underneath. What was that building? It was like in a basement.
Yeah, I don't remember what the building was, but
Yeah.
crazy. 3rd Street.
Good times.
Good times.
Same oldies.
All right, Willie.
I'm going to go with my second newest record, which it's just so crazy to think that 2002 is 23 years ago.
Easy.
Wow.
But it's Wilco's Yankee Hotel Foxtrot.
Yeah.
I was trying to think about, and this is another one that takes me back to a time, and it's back when we worked together, Dan, because a bunch of the people who we worked with at that time, someone put me onto that record, or I got put onto it, and there was a bunch of us who were into it that worked there at the time. I think we may have talked about in the pilot. I don't remember exactly because we talk all the time, but I don't remember what's recorded in just real life. But we had at that time working with us back then. Like 75% of the staff was either in a band or dating someone in a band.
Yeah.
So we were it was just not like you just come in, drink coffee. When you're not busy, you're just talking about music all the time. And that record takes me right back. I got married in 2002, and it really, not that, the underground stuff wasn't something in my consciousness at that point, but that really kind of set me off onto a whole different journey and looking at music that wasn't just, I listened to countercultural stuff already, but that record in particular, to me, again, perfect record, no skips, put it on. There is not a single second of that record that I would not want to listen to if I put it on. And I've only seen them once. I was on the next record, Ghost is Born, on that that tour, and they were great then. I'd love to see them again. Dan, you've seen them, right?
Yeah, it was Shawn. We went out to Colorado and saw him at Red Rocks.
Humble brag coming up here.
But again, they were a band that Owen turned me on to. Even though that was going around when we worked together, I didn't really dig in or delve into it.
Yep.
And then Owen got us into it. And then when we saw that they were going to be playing at Red Rocks, it was so funny because I was like, buy the tickets. We're going to go.
Figure it out.
We'll figure it out later. Yeah. And then we did. So Christine and Owen went up to Montana to see her parents. And I flew out and saw Shawn, went to Red Rocks, and then we all took the train home together. And it was amazing.
Great show.
Yeah, great
I'm jealous.
show.
I've never been to Red Rocks. That's like
and Slater Kenny opened for him, and that was the first I'd heard of Slater Kenny. Yeah. So good stuff.
Sprinkle, you're nodding over there, so you know Wilco.
Yeah, I know Wilco, and I'm very familiar with the album. It's an awesome album.
Yeah, it's one of those few records. Not that it has the same stock that it maybe did ever, or certainly back then, but I think it was a perfect 10 record on like Pitchfork, and everyone pretty much.
It was their biggest record.
Yeah, I think they had some radio hits in the 90s off their first couple records. When Jeff Tweedy went, Wilco and Jay Farrar went Sunbolt, and actually Jay Farrar probably was more popular initially with Trace than Wilco was, but. Yankee Hotel Foxtrot was, and there's just a whole bunch of weird stuff. If you don't know the story behind the record and Jay Bennett and the movie and the documentary that was made, it's really, really interesting stuff, but very good. Okay, I'm up again, yes?
Yes, sir.
So we'll go backwards.
How many do we have left,
Two, and then honorable mentions. We'll do like rapid fire round on honorable mentions. I'm saving... Gosh, I even want to rework my list right now. I need to add a 20th record on here that is super important. Counting Crows, August and Everything After.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
How did I forget that?
I thought you were going to put it down.
I did too. I put that on
man.
yours.
I
Dan.
thought for sure. I didn't put it on your list, but because we hadn't
put it
talked
on
about
your
it, it didn't
list.
come up. I thought for sure that was coming. So
Somehow I forgot that album.
there are. I mean,
So
that
good.
came out when I was in high school. The big hit, Mr. Jones, whatever. It's fine. It's probably the weakest track on the entire record. I mean, it's great.
I
but
have a story about that when you're done.
yeah, it's a great record. I had it on CD back in the day. I have, a really, really nice copy on wax now. My family will attest to this, that there are, if we go on a road trip that's more than 2 hours, every single road trip, I start with August and Everything After and listen to it in its entirety. And it's one that my wife and I both really like. And
What year did that come out?
93.
Wow.
1993, yeah. And I just, again, even with Mr. Jones, the big hit that everybody's heard about 8 billion times, I still will listen to that and it's just.
What are some of your other cuts
I mean,
off of that?
Omaha, around here even, it's such I did go back and listen to this record as I was preparing, and Round Here is so weird. It opens the record, and basically the first 10 seconds is completely silent. There's like nothing there, and then it comes in with that little guitar line, and it's just the guitar line and Adam Duritz.
Was that a single too? Wasn't
It was, yeah. And then it's not until like a minute and a half in or a minute and 20 in do you get the rest of the band starting to come in. Perfect Blue Buildings.
That's probably my favorite cut.
Yeah,
on that.
dude.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love it. And we got to see them
Yep.
with Live and Collective Soul.
Geez, I forgot.
You know that?
Yeah.
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 And they were playing at Fifth Third Field, which is where the Dayton Dragons, the Cincinnati Reds single A team, plays. We were still working for the giant green corporate coffee place at that time, or at least I was. And someone came in who was working with the tour, and I just I found out we were striking up conversation. I said, "Hey, do you have any extra tickets for the show?" And he said yes, and came back, and I called Dan. I was like, "Hey, do you want to go see Counting Crows tonight?" He's like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah, let's go.
So I got to see them for free. The only other time I've seen them, they're coming to Fraze Pavilion, which is an outdoor amphitheater in Kettering, in the Dayton area. The only other time I saw them, they were playing with John Mayer, and it was Counting Crows, then John Mayer, and I stayed through Counting. I was all like, "Come on, man! This should be reversed. John Mayer should be opening for Counting Crows at this point." This was 25 years ago. I think Mayer had 1 or 2 records. It's a long time ago. And I left after like 2 of John Mayer's songs.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And ironically, I ended up going to see him with Dead and Company and listening to him for like 9 hours in 3 nights. So
You got your fill.
I did get my fill. Yeah.
I literally this week saw a thing on Instagram there talking to Fred and talking about Mr. Jones.
Oh, Adam.
Adam, sorry. Yes. And they're like, talk to us about that song. He goes, our drummer didn't want to play that song. He said, I'm not here to play country music.
I saw that too.
Did you?
And
Yeah.
and then the other drummer guy come in.
Yeah, so they had another drummer guy come in, and they're like, that's cool. You don't have to play it. We have this guy, he'll play it. And he stepped up and he played the song, and he said it was awesome. It was great. But the producer called this other drummer in. He's like, yeah, you don't have to do it. We'll have this other guy play it. And
Called his bluff.
Yep, called his bluff, and he played it. And yeah, it was good. See anything else on that? What did I leave out on that?
I think that was it. I think maybe the drummer that they brought in was like a famous guy.
Oh yeah, he was. I can't remember who it was, but
Kenny Arnoff.
who knows? Who knows?
Phil Collins.
I don't think it's Phil Collins.
But it was great.
You heard it here
Greatest
first.
drummer of all time.
Phil Collins was in Counting Crows until he wasn't.
I also saw Counting Crows live.
Really?
Really?
Like 2 or 3 years ago, yeah, with
Wow.
my dad in Cincinnati.
Oh,
It was like it was an outdoor thing. My dad's a big Counting Crows fan. But it was cool. I liked it. It was a nice show.
Good.
I have no idea who opened for him, but it was like a real band.
Whoa. Death metal band.
that's right.
So do I need to go again then?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? So
Yeah.
I've done
No,
Slow
you
Dive.
just did.
I did Wilco too,
yeah.
yes. Okay.
Okay.
So that means Shawn's back up.
All right. For my next one, this was 1985. New Order.
Oh, I'm glad
Love
you said
Life.
that. Yeah.
Nice.
And so I remember this clear as day. Dan and I were in a band together called Righteous Anger. We're at band practice, and you may remember this kid. He was an exchange student from Germany.
Hell yeah, I remember the mother trucker crashed my truck into the church.
That's right. I forgot about that.
He's a great guy. I was trying to teach him how to drive a stick shift. Yeah.
And we were at band practice, and he came to our band practice, and he was this cool, guy from Europe. And I'm like, so tell me, give me what's a cool band in Europe? Give me some good bands. And he's like, New Order. He goes, buy anything you can by them. And at that time, it was probably Low Life, and then there was maybe one or two before that because, they'd only been around for 3 or 4 years, after Joy Division. And so I went to Dingleberries. After he told me that, I wrote down the name of the bands. And I went to Dingleberries, and they're like, we don't have that album. And I said, can you order it? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I'll order it. And I've never heard them. At all. I'm just going by his suggestion. I get it. And this was another pivotal record in as a musician and just opening music to me, different music, because that album it has everything on it from electronic to straight, rock, pop. And I fell in love with that record. And to this day, New Order, side note, is in my top probably 5 favorite bands, and so I like everything that New Order puts out for the most part. And that album, still when I listen to it, I'm like, that is a great record.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
they were like not the house band, but they were the big band behind the Hacienda in Manchester. And yeah, I just rewatched that documentary, and they're like, we didn't make any money during that time because anything from our record sales went back into running the Hacienda.
Oh wow!
So, really?
Yeah, they didn't get anything from it.
Wow.
Where did all that money go? Oh yeah, it's running the Hacienda. So.
Great band.
Yeah.
Sprinkle anything on New Order?
New Order's awesome. It's on Metal Gear Solid 5, so it's good stuff.
Nice.
That's a video game.
Okay.
Yep, I don't know what that is.
And 14s, played them like crazy.
Clubs back in the day, for sure.
Their later stuff was a little more dancey. Mm-hmm. But some of that was earlier stuff that they would just remix and for the dance floor. But yeah.
Great stuff. Sprinkle, you're up.
Okay, my next album is it's a collaboration album between The Body and Full of Hell. The album title is Ascending a Mountain of Heavy Light.
Whoa.
It's just really, really dark experimental metal. It's so fast. It's so violent. It's so angry. It's really good stuff.
So what year was this?
This was 2017.
Okay.
2017, and it's actually the second collaboration between those two bands. Wow. And I'd say they're probably my two favorite metal bands.
Now, did you hear it when it first came out, or did you?
I did. Okay. I remember the first single, "Earth is a Cage." I remember I was driving in the car with my friend Clay, and the single dropped, and it was like, we gotta listen to this now. And Clay really did not like it.
Oh man, yeah.
It's just real scary stuff. I mean, it's scary.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm gonna listen to that.
Yeah, don't listen to it alone.
No, well, don't listen to it before you go to bed. I had to stop listening to some of the stuff before I went to bed because I get nightmares.
Oh, geez.
Actual
yeah,
really bad nightmares. This sounds like a nightmare.
That's going to be a no for me, dog.
Yeah, exactly. I'm good, thanks.
Yeah. Listen to some of it. Stop before bed.
But it's really cool stuff.
Okay, let's say ascending a mountain of heavy light.
Of heavy light, yeah. I have the shirt. I have a bunch of.
Say the bands again.
The Body and Full of Hell.
Okay, The Body and Full of Hell. Dan, I'm assuming you got
nothing. Not a.
Shawn.
No. Although I will listen to it.
Yeah, me
After
too.
eating White Castle, my body feels like it's full of hell sometimes.
But your colon thanks you the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody around you
No.
thinks it's hell.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you were going to say they thank me, but no.
No. Oh, no one's thanking you.
This episode brought to you by White Castle. Good stuff every once in a while. Dan, you're up.
All right. 1990, Concrete Blonde, Bloodletting.
Oh, wow.
Did you have that?
I've had it on the list.
I did not have that on the list. Is
Now-
this your fifth? This is your...
No, I got one more.
Oh, after
one
this.
more.
Okay.
This
Bloodletting.
was a friend of ours, Shawn McCorkle, called me. This was before internet, all this. He's like, you need to check this album out. I think you'll really like it. And this was definitely a gateway for me for Concrete Blonde. It is probably their most poppy album. Bloodletting, the title track on it, Great Caroline. Oh my
love
gosh.
that song.
Joey probably was the biggest single off of that. And Tomorrow Windy. And just so good. So obviously an LA band. My notes I have haunting vocals, intriguing. Their sound was just amazing. And I have a cross between the Cult and Heart.
Yeah.
Is what I have. But just so with this album, then I went back and I bought everything that they had before this. I even have a VHS of all their videos up until this album. They just, man, and it's so funny because I don't follow any other LA style band but the Concrete Blonde, her voice is just amazing. The guitar player, just the sounds that he comes up with, just great stuff. So I would definitely, if you're not a Concrete Blonde fan, probably start here and then go back. God is a Bullet. Oh,
Yeah,
man, great
that's a
cut.
great
I have
song.
that as a single. So yeah, I love Concrete Blonde.
Shawn, you got some
Oh,
familiarity with
man,
that.
I love that album, too. Caroline, I absolutely love that song. Yeah. It's so good. I remember we used to listen to that record a lot. And then didn't they have an album, Sun and Moon or something after that? It was like...
It's really cool painting on the front.
Yeah.
If I was ever to get a tattoo, that would be. But
Yeah.
It's a girl that we're just friends, but she recreated that painting for me, and I had it up until just a few years ago. Beautiful. It's all black, but the sun and the moon are like intertwined.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Because before that album, they were harder.
Yeah, definitely
harder. Kind of more that LA punk, hard rock
Right,
kind of feel. And then they just went like, we're going to write a hit song.
And this album,
Joey was great too.
Yeah. Again, there's maybe one song on here that I would skip, but other than that, the whole album, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I guessed that. I mean, that's one of the bands I guessed would be on your list.
Wow,
I have
did
not
guess
spent a lot of time with them, so they're definitely going to have to be something I listen to after. Sprinkle anything on Concrete Blonde?
No, I need to go listen to that album. Though.
Yeah, well, and I would maybe, because I know you like harder, heavier stuff.
Yeah.
I'd maybe even go, or I have it. I can give it to you to listen to. So, yeah, just and so that was another one. Early 20s. Again, sitting in our apartment in Ashley Street. I mean, we didn't have cable. We didn't, your music was all I had, and all I did was work and come home and listen to music. So.
What year was that?
1990.
90?
Yeah.
Wow.
So. All right.
No, you have another one. Yeah,
this is my last one.
Your last one.
Drum roll,
and
please.
You got two honorable mentions after.
Yeah, I
so.
do. The Historical Conquest of Josh Ritter, 2007.
Really? That one?
Wow.
Yeah, I love that album. I'm sure you turned me on to that, Will.
Probably.
And this was pre having our music fest. Just a great album, and this goes back to singer songwriter feel. A great band. The band, when the full band is playing, it almost reminds me of like an old time revival sound to it. But every song takes you on a journey. He's telling you a story. You can see the characters in your head while he's singing these songs. And then and then some of the softer songs where it's just him and the guitar, maybe a cello in the background. It's just so personable.
Yeah.
So probably that outstanding song on there is "Temptation of Adam."
Yeah.
Just a
Oh,
great song. And this was an album that we listened to on our 31-hour car ride out to Montana multiple times. And it's just a great summer driving across the open plains, listen to this, very Americana.
Yep.
So I said, reminds me of Dylan in the band a little bit.
I can see that.
And then his voice when he's just singing somewhat of Cat Stevens.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I love that album, 2007, Historical Conquest. No, I mean, what was the one before?
Animal Years.
Animal Years.
That was
Great
the one,
album, too.
Yeah, that was the one, and not to get too story time on it, but there was, I don't know that they're doing a print version of it anymore, but Paste Magazine I subscribed to early on, and they would send sometimes a CD or a DVD of like a collection of songs of records that were coming out. And I can remember, this is taking back to that moment, I can remember getting that sampler from this particular month. It was 06 probably, when Animal Years came out. And, oh man, gosh, what is the song? It's A Girl in the War. That's the first song on the record. And
Good cut.
I was cleaning the house, windows were open, and that song came on, and I literally stopped what I was doing to listen to the song. And I probably listened to it like 3 times in a row. And that record and then the next one. And there are several of his that I really, really like. I haven't kept up with him quite as much lately, but we've seen him together in concert several times.
I think I've seen him twice.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Well, 3 times, not counting the.
No, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Shawn, anything about Josh Ritter?
I don't. No.
Sprinkle.
Nothing.
Beautiful.
Nice.
You did it, Dan.
Nice.
You got something out there for the people. Both excellent.
Thank you, Dan.
Last 2 choices. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sprinkle, your last choice.
My last choice, this album came out half of it came out in 2014, the other half in 2015. This is like my senior year of high school. Huge double album, The Powers That Be by Death Grips.
Ooh, there you go.
I knew it.
Death Grips.
It's just like really good stuff, experimental hip hop, just wonderful stuff. The first half of that album, I think, is my favorite half. Came out in 2014, and they were like teasing when the second half would come out because it'd be like a double album. And they had a third album come out in between those two called Fashion Week, and the first letter of each title, the first letter of each title of the songs in Fashion Week spell out Jenny Death When. And it was crazy having that come out, just the hype. You had to be there. But the second half of the double album of The Powers That Be was Jenny Death. And it was like, when's it going to come out? And it was like March 2015. I just remember listening to that whole thing and how different the 2 halves of the album are. One, the first half is all like super glitchy. Bjork, if you know who that is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She contributed a ton of vocals.
I did not know that.
She's a huge contributor. She's a big fan of Death Grips.
Huh.
She was there. So it's like all these like weird twisted vocals from her. Then the second half of the album's like so heavy. It's like almost metal.
Yeah.
Just like massive. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, just listen to that all senior year of high school, freshman year of college. Just,
It was your jam.
Cool.
that was my jam. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
They are, one of the things we've talked about before is that we've got a cabin weekend that we go on, and Dan, Shawn, and myself, Sprinkle, are there. And if you want to make sure nobody stays in the cabin, give Sprinkle the aux, and he'll throw Death Grips on there, and everyone's like, "What is this?"
Which is crazy to me because it stuff's been out for like 10, 15 years now.
Yeah.
They haven't had an album come out like 9 years, 10 years now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like this is old stuff. There's way crazier stuff that's out right now.
Oh,
that,
for
like,
sure.
I could play. What's crazy is that how modern a lot of that music still feels,
Sure.
even though those came out so long ago, and how much you see like mainstream hip hop now is like taking right from Death Grips. I also we talk a lot about Brainiac around here. Death Grips huge influence from Brainiac.
Really?
Yeah, and they sampled Brainiac.
That makes a lot of sense now that you say that. I didn't know that was an influence of theirs, but
yeah,
the little bit I've listened to, that glitchy word is, I think, perfect.
Yeah, very chaotic,
Yes.
very like punk, almost. Yeah, very raw.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The only Death Grips I know is what you've played with me, for me, either at the cabin or on when we're going down to do a market. So,
Yeah.
I thought you meant he was going to grab you.
Yes.
It's a death grip.
Just like grab him by the neck, shake him.
Yeah. Dad, wake up!
Grabs that.
You're driving.
You're driving.
Grab that hand you lost at one point.
Yeah.
All right, we'll stop here and take a little quick break.
Meet Me in the City, sponsored by Twisted River Coffee Roaster. Twisted River offers an unpretentious approach to specialty coffee. Visit twistedrivercoffee.com and use promo code INTHECITY at checkout to receive a one-time discount of 10% off your entire order.
This episode of Meet Me in the City has been recorded at B&G Cigar Lounge, your home away from home, located in West Carrollton, Ohio. You can find them at 319 West Central Avenue. They have an ample humidor, all of the supplies you can need for your cigar smoking pleasure. We hope that you will stop by and support them as they are supporting us on this journey.
Okay, we're good to start whenever.
Okay.
All right, Shawn,
Yep.
your last one.
All right, my last one. This is 1990. Cocteau Twins, Heaven or Las Vegas.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Probably out of any album that I've ever listened to, this takes me, right back. I mean, there's no other album that does this that does that more than this album. And it was probably their biggest album, I would say by far. You actually could understand some of the lyrics she was singing, which was unusual. And I mean, they're in my top 5 favorite bands of all time, Cocteau Twins, if not number 1. And I love most of their records. Their early stuff is a little avant-garde and drum machine, things like that, which they still used on Heaven or Las Vegas. But I just remember listening to this album in my Nissan in the dead of winter. I was dating a girl at UD, and I just remember it just takes me back to my car listening to this record. It's so good. Every song is good on it. And it means the most out of any record probably is this record.
I remember you turning me onto that album. And at the time, I was like, I thought it was cool, but I didn't really get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then it was one of those that just really grew on you. And yeah, the not so much the lyrics, but just the vocals, how she sung was just amazing. And it's really cool stuff. Aren't they putting out a new album? I thought I saw they got back together to put out a new album.
Man, that would be incredible. I didn't think they even talked really anymore. The singer and the guitarist were married, and I saw them twice. Once on Heaven or Las Vegas, and then the album after that called 4 Calendar Cafe, which is a great record, and that record's all about their marriage breaking up, and it's really poppy also, and really, really good. I saw them on that album. They played at Bogart's, believe it or not, which was crazy. And we waited out back, met two of the guys. She did not come out. She was supposedly after the shows, she would just separate from the rest of the band. But they came out. We got to meet them and just talk to them, which we did a lot outside of Bogart's in the back because there's only one way in and out. And so hang out.
Like back in the alley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'd just wait for the bands to come out if we wanted to meet them. So it was really, really great record for me. Powerful.
I've only dabbled with them, so I haven't spent enough time to say anything intelligible. Sprinkle.
I used to listen to the Cocktail Twins a lot there. It's good stuff. I don't have anything to add. That's the album that I'm most familiar with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dan, anything?
No, just what I had said before is that, again, I just love the way she sang, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a small documentary about them just recently. So, yeah, good stuff.
Cool. My last record is probably artist-wise not a surprise. It's pretty on brand for me. Bob Dylan. However, the record that I named, all of them got it. I mean, they all got it. They were just waiting.
He's wearing a Bob Dylan shirt.
It's true, actually. I didn't mean to do that. But Empire Burlesque from 1985. Owen's already got a couple shout-outs, on this podcast, on this episode, and he'll appreciate this one because there are a lot of people who believed that Dylan's down period was especially the mid to late 80s. And I guess as an outsider, this would not be under your criteria, Dan, where I would say, here's the Dylan entry point. Probably like the last thing. I mean, it's almost ridiculous that this is my personal entry point into Dylan. That record came out in 85. My dad had a decent record collection, a lot of Beatles, Motown, some James Brown. He had one Bob Dylan record, and it was this record. Oh, wow. And I still have that record to this day. The first track on the record, Tight Connection to My Heart, was like big hit, super cheesy. I mean, if you want to see Bob Dylan in a suit jacket with shoulder pads, go check out the video. It's just...
Who made him do that?
I don't know who did it. I don't know whose I remember hearing an interview of someone who worked on that concept. It was, I think, a fairly well-known filmmaker, but I don't recall his name right now. I love that song. That was the first song of Dylan's that I loved. And even going back now, and over time, the record has itself grown on me. Dark Eyes, Emotionally Yours is fantastic. I think one of the reasons why people dismiss this period in particular is Dylan got wrapped up in the production techniques of the 80s, and so it sounds pretty slick. But the songs are there, and one of his recent bootleg series, Springtime in New York, covers some of this period, the record before Infidels and Empire Burlesque. And when you hear some of those songs that were recorded slightly differently or alternate takes, you just see like, man, there's still genius stuff on display, and I still have just a lot of love for this, and I can listen to the record. I can listen to that song probably forever, Tight Connection to My Heart, and not get sick of it. It's the thing that started, the thing that came right after that we also had in the house when CDs started to roll around, because Empire Burlesque came out in 85. It wasn't very long after that till we got a CD player in the house. And my dad got Traveling Wilburys Volume 1.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, and again, so that's like part 2 of my introduction to Dylan, and just have a lot of love for that record. But I think of both of those in kind of the same time period in my life, and still love that record. And I still would say, great record, not an entry point for the novice. I mean, go back to the 60s trilogy and Bringing It All Back Home, Blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, and Highway 61. That's probably your best entry point, or Blood on the Tracks, or something like that. But I have a lot of love for this because it's where my sort of obsession with Dylan started.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that album was your
That's
kind of your entry point.
That was it. That's the first thing that I can remember about Bob Dylan, because my dad had that record and would play that song, and we just love it. I love it.
That's awesome, and it's cool that your dad played such a part in that.
Yeah,
too, so.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why before I don't know if we said this on or not, but like I didn't include the Beatles, but man, I've been listening to the Beatles since I was born.
Right.
Because my dad, it's his favorite band. So I don't need to add that to my list because I just have spent so much time with their catalog. Great stuff. I love the Beatles. But that Empire Burlesque, Bob Dylan, that's it. All right, honorable mentions. Anybody? We've got 2 each, technically.
Technically.
I mean, we could throw some other stuff in, but we also
got to do our predictions.
Our reveal.
Too.
I mean, I think this, because it's been so hard to whittle it down to 5-7 records, really, I think there's some more meat on this bone, and we can come back to it and talk about.
Yeah, we'll maybe have Owen and or Clay come on too, maybe, and talk about.
Yeah, have some other folks come on and share their favorites.
Yeah.
So, who wants to throw out an honorable mention?
I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
Talk, It's My Life.
I knew that was going to be on
1984. There. It almost made my top 5.
I am shocked.
And the problem is that, again, that was the one I'm talking about. The first 2/3 of the album is awesome. And then you get later in, and even the last track, I'm like, why is this even on here? But Talk, great entry into them. They went super
jazz almost.
Experimental, and those are probably
Spirit of Eden.
Yeah, Spirit
Laughing
of
Stock.
Laughing Stock. Those are probably I like even more.
But this has the song they wrote for No Doubt.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna punch you, mother trucker. But no, it's a Renee is on there.
Yeah,
Renee,
that's a great song.
Renee.
Sing it,
very keyboard, very synth pop. But his voice reminds
so
me.
unique.
Yeah, so unique. But it reminds me of maybe a cross between Elvis Costello and Brian Ferry.
Oh yeah, I could see the Brian Ferry for sure.
And so, but this album, listen to the first 4 or 5 tracks. Great album, great entry into Talk. It's My Life is obviously the big hit, and I think that's the very first song, definitely the first video I ever saw of them. But just great. Talk is just probably one of my favorite bands, period. But Laughing Stock, Color of Spring, just great albums. But those are ones that not if you want to get into a state of relaxation and and just sit there, with a glass of wine or whiskey and just sit there and dim lights and just it's a whole mood.
Yeah.
But this Talk.
His voice is a whole mood.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Dan put me onto this album and this band. It's awesome. But I remember I was listening to this album as I was doing like my college classes.
Oh, were you?
I was doing online school, just listening to this album on repeat. Just like trying to type up stuff as fast as I could.
Good. I'm glad.
We've done something for the culture, Dan.
There you go. What's that one?
And the first one, Party's Over,
Oh,
had
yeah.
Talk,
That's like a
which
EP
is the
though,
first
isn't it?
song I heard by them.
Yeah, Party's Over.
No,
Great.
because of it
It's a
also.
very keyboard pop.
yeah.
It's awesome. Color of Spring, man, was a great record.
Again, that was one. Ashley Street, sitting there, lights dim, and just laying on the couch and listening to that album. It's just great.
Really good.
Really good.
I got an honorable mention here.
Yeah, go Sprinkle.
10,000 Gex by 100 Gex. 2023, probably best album that came out that year. No skips, just awesome. It's hyper pop, so it's like
Wow.
I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like it's different. I don't know if you guys would like it. It's almost ironic.
We're gonna have to put these down on a list because I'm not gonna remember all this.
But like a Dumbest Girl Alive, that song's crazy. 757, Doritos and Fritos. Like that's what I was listening to in 2023.
Wow. I thought you were going to say 10,000 Maniacs,
Yeah, me
but
too.
you went totally different direction.
No, well, and they have. If it was an album, Laura Les, half of 100 Gex, did a Boiler Room set, which is like amazing, groundbreaking stuff. But you've probably heard of like the people that work with 100 Gex, Alex G. Is that his name?
I don't know.
They're popular. You've heard of them. Let me see if I can pull up other stuff. Someone else can go.
Shawn, I can go. You can go. Whatever.
I'll go. So one of the albums that made my, what are we calling them?
Honorable
The
mention.
Overflow.
Overflow.
Is Public Enemy. Fear of a Black Planet. They're my favorite rap band by far. I like rap back in that time. I listened to that album. I memorized lyrics on that record, and it's just...
Let's hear a little bit.
No. But I remember going to 1470s on Thursday, and I would listen to Fear of a Black Planet on the way to 14s.
Oh, cool.
They didn't play Public Enemy then, or at all, but man, it's just great. An album after that, 91 Apocalypse, is a great record too.
Buddy. I was listening to that record today, 91 Apocalypse. What is the
91. The Enemy Strikes Back.
Enemy Strikes Black.
Black. I'm sorry, you're right.
That was a big one for me. It came out in 91, and that was my number one ask for Christmas that year. And my parents got it for me.
Wow. Good
I
parents.
mean, God bless them for giving a 14-year-old dude 91 Public Enemy on cassette. Yeah, love that. It's good stuff.
It is.
Sprinkle, you a big Public Enemy guy?
Not really, but that's very funny that your parents would get that for you. I had something similar happen to me with like some Jedi mind tricks.
Okay.
Back when I was like in middle school.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. This is on brand again, and I catch flack for this guy.
Bruce.
It is.
I have it on.
Bruce, you did? You put it down?
Yep.
Bruce Hornsby. Another one that, again, it was an early CD that my dad had, and, you know, he's got the big hit, The Way It Is. That's the name of the record. Mandolin Rain, people might know. But for me, that is a record that is perfect from front to back. I've seen Hornsby like 12 times in concert. I love what he's doing now as much as I did back then. He's doing this avant-garde classical, neoclassical stuff now that's really interesting. He is, if you only know The Way It Is and maybe a couple of like Valley Road or Look Out Any Window, like a couple of the other more minor hits that he had, it doesn't showcase enough. He's a musical genius when it comes to the piano. I mean, he can do this you can see videos of him doing like two-handed isolation on the piano where he's playing two separate melody lines with each hand, which is a very separating, I think, left brain, right brain kind of stuff. It's a very, very difficult thing to pick up. I love him. It's another one that my wife, and he's another artist that my wife enjoys as well. So we've gone to see him many times. We actually came back. We saw him in 2002, like the next day after our honeymoon.
Oh, wow.
We came back and had tickets to see him, and we drove down and saw him at a festival that he curated in Williamsburg, Virginia, and he played that first record in its entirety the second night of the show. So it was, I have a lot of love for Bruce Hornsby. Played in a little foreshadowing here for the next honorable mention. Played about 120 shows with the Grateful Dead in 90 and 91. Oh, yeah. And so he's kind of an honorable, not even an honorable member. I think he was a member of the Dead.
Wow.
For a short time. Yeah. I mean, he didn't record any albums with them because he came after they had released their last record. But I love Hornsby, man. Love him. Anybody else got anything on Bruce?
No.
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 That was his first album. The Way It Is was
The Way
his
It Is.
first
Yeah,
album.
86.
Didn't Huey Lewis in the news?
Huey
that
Lewis,
broke in?
I think, discovered him and helped him out, and he ended up writing. Hornsby wrote Jacob's Ladder, which was a minor hit for Huey Lewis. But yeah, just really, really good stuff.
Cool.
Who else got an honorable mention?
Arcadia, So Red the Rose, 1985.
Gosh, why
that
didn't I
album.
guess that? I should have known
It's a
that.
great album. Probably the one of the best Duran Duran albums out there.
Bite your tongue.
Three of the members were
Yeah.
in Arcadia?
Yeah, something like
And
that.
the only album they put out, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Just again, this was a 2/3, 1/3 album for me. That's why it didn't make the cut.
Top five.
But top five. But just such a great album, and I mean, I think Election Day, it just holds up.
Yeah.
Great stuff, and if you like that 80s.
If you like Duran Duran,
Yeah.
you're gonna love that.
Oh, you're gonna
record.
love
You
that
put me
record.
on to Arcadia.
Yeah.
They weren't on my
Yeah.
radar.
Goodbye is Forever is
Yeah.
awesome.
It is. Yeah, good stuff. So I'm kind of surprised I didn't put a Duran Duran album on my top five, but yeah, Arcadia definitely an honorable mention.
Well, and the other two members, formed
yeah.
Power Station
Power
at the
Station.
same time.
Yeah.
So they were doing two separate, which is a great record. Power
Exactly.
Station is a great record.
Sprinkle, you want to
yeah,
throw one
Sprinkle, why don't you go?
For an honorable mention, my last one is Megatron by Babytron.
out? Okay.
Came out in 2022. I'm a big Babytron head these days. He's a Michigan rapper.
Okay.
I would compare him quite favorably to MF Doom.
Okay.
He mostly is doing freestyling, but it's very silly, very clever
Okay.
lines. No hooks, no choruses, all Instagram captions. That's a line from a Babytron song. But
Okay.
he doesn't typically do a chorus in his songs, because why would you need one? You just rap. That's all it is.
Babytron.
Babytron, yeah.
Beautiful.
It's awesome.
I'm gonna again go out on a limb here and say Dan and Shawn have.
Oh,
Nada.
Okay.
He's up and coming. He's a young guy.
Do we have? Is
Cool.
it just down to us? Last two for.
yeah, we
Shawn?
only have
Oh,
two
yeah.
left, huh? Wow.
Yeah, one left for you, one left for me. Do you want me to go?
Oh,
You
I
wanna
thought
go?
I had two left.
You can do it.
We can have like a rapid fire popcorn, but we can also save it for maybe a future episode.
So I'm looking through my. Wow, it's tough to pick a record to choose here. I'll go with Depeche Mode, Some Great Reward.
Okay.
People Are People was on that
Yeah,
record, which
yeah.
was a huge
Yeah.
song at the time, and that's how I got turned on to them. And that was 84.
Whoa.
So, like I was saying before, it's like a lot of these records fall in the same, time frame,
Yep.
like 83 to 85 or so. But Blasphemous Rumors is on there, which was a, very different song, and that kind of turned me on to more electronic, English electronic, and kind of darker stuff. Black Celebration was after that, which Dan loves that record. I love that record too.
Yeah, Flies
then-
on a Windscreen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, they just started going up and up and up after that. So, it just really turned me on to electronic music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. Sprinkle, what do you know about Depeche Mode?
I know of them, and I know that one song that Shawn said. And
People Are People.
Yep.
You know more than that. You would.
Probably. I
Probably.
can't, not off the top of my head, but I don't dislike them or anything.
It's good.
Cool.
Just can't get enough.
Yeah, I know that one too.
Okay.
Let's just
Personal
go down
Jesus.
the list. Personal
Yeah, let's
Jesus.
go. Let's hit the hits. Last one again, on brand. I've already mentioned them. Grateful Dead, Without a Net, 2-disc, live set. It's not the first thing I got from them, and I almost put that just to put it, but I was looking back at that record now. Skeletons from the Closet was like a early greatest hit compilation of theirs that I think for a lot of people who get into the Dead start with that record, or they start with Working Man's Dead and or American Beauty, which are their two more acoustic, traditional kinds of sounding records. That The second record I got though was Without a Net. 2-disc live set came out in 1990. Probably I think it was the second of theirs that I purchased, and that has led to almost an obsession with that band, especially the last couple years, man. I have just been listening to them so much, a lot. And here's my hot take, since I'm the last, and we can maybe spend a minute or two here as we wrap up. I think that Grateful Dead are the great American band, and there are others who I would gladly entertain arguments for.
Who would be another?
Well, there are three others that I have in mind. Three.
I have one.
Me too.
Three.
I think I have only one in my head.
Okay, well let's hear them before I give you my explanation why. Sprinkle? What do you think is the one great American band?
It's the Beach Boys.
Okay,
Man.
I would come close to accepting them, but I mean,
band or artist? Because artist could be in there also.
Yeah, I think band is what I would stick to. Because I mean, for me, it's Dylan or Prince or Miles Davis or John Coltrane, something like
that.
The Boss would be up there for sure. Which he's on the list but didn't make the cut today. I can accept Beach Boys. I mean,
I'll tell you who I.
Yeah, you.
REM.
Yep,
Oh.
that's on the short list too for me.
I was going to say the band.
They weren't on the short list, but they're very close. Only because I forget who it is. I don't know if it's Levon Helm or Robbie Robertson. One of them's from Canada, so they're not all technically American.
It's America,
No.
North America.
Okay.
Actually, several of them were Canadian. Yeah. So when
Doesn't sound like an American band then.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, no doubt. Neil Young's Canadian.
Yeah, Neil Young's Canadian. But so what happened was
my qualification was the great American.
so
Proceed. Though.
Robbie Robertson.
Yep.
Robertson was playing, and he opened up for the dude. He was from the South.
Ronnie. Ronnie Hawk.
Yeah,
I think? Yeah.
the Jayhawks.
Yeah.
And Levon was playing with him.
Ronnie Hawk and the Hawks, I think, is what they were called. Jayhawks, another band, also very good.
Yeah, okay. And so he picked up Robbie Robinson.
Robert.
Okay. Picked him up, and then he brought in some.
He was like 15 or something.
Yeah,
then.
15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And they had to lie about his age
Yeah.
to get him into bars. But he brought in the other guys that he had played with or knew from Canada to play with them.
I love the band. Their first two records are perfect.
So you were saying the Grateful Dead.
So the Grateful Dead, and then the others I would accept if we're just qualifying all band members. And someone can fact check me, and I could be wrong on one of these, but REM would be one of them. Talking Heads would be another.
Oh yes.
And Velvet Underground would be another.
Yes.
And the only reason I wouldn't push Velvet Underground up more is just the other bands had a longer time together. I mean, Velvet Underground was like 5-6 years, maybe something like that. When the band,
the Ramones. I mean, there's
the
so
Ramones
many.
would be great too.
I mean, there's so.
But
many.
I think what you were saying with the Dead, and you've said this before, Fish came from it and everything, but almost this whole genre came.
There's a whole genre that was birthed out of what they were doing, but they were carrying on a tradition that came before them with folk, bluegrass. I mean, Jerry Garcia was in a jug band before the Dead. Phil Lesh, who I've been listening to a lot lately, who passed last year in October, I think, was, I think, a musical genius, classically trained, was really into avant-garde classical music that kind of influenced some of the Dead's direction. But the reason why I say they're the great American band is because I think their catalog of music will continue to be played by bands, and not just played, but it's a jumping off point for additional experimentation. You can go see bands cover the Beatles, but is it like, it's not the Beatles. They're just bands that are going to continue to play that catalog of music, and I think they brought some of the stuff that came before them into the consciousness of America. And the thing that I've really enjoyed, because Fish is another band that I love, and they're on the list somewhere, but not in this top 5 today. And
I had them on my
they're there, they're on the list, but they just, I don't know. I just think that their catalog will continue to be played until the end of time. And it's not that bands won't discover or play REM or Talking Heads, but the fact that they were together for 30 years and played over 2,000 shows, it's a favorite of mine. So let's see who on our lists that we guessed.
So I can go through my list. I'll go through my list for Dan.
Who'd you have for Dan?
I had U2.
Yep.
I had Counting Crows for Dan.
Ooh, yeah.
I thought he was going to be on there, but
I had 77s.
Oh.
Now again, so All Fall Down.
Well, the album after that, though, remember the 77s? It was just 77s.
Again, it was one of those, so many good songs on there, but just didn't meet that my criteria.
Yeah,
for today.
I had Simon and Garfunkel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I had Tom Petty.
Did you really?
Because you love that album.
Yeah.
With all the big hits.
Boom, 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 boom,
No, like later. I just heard the song today.
Full Moon Fever?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You listen to that all the time.
Yeah.
For Will, I had Bob Dylan, Bruce Hornsby, Prince, Guided by Voices.
Very close. Very close.
And Fish.
Okay. They're on the longer list for sure.
And I didn't do Sprinkle because I know he's pulling out some rare guns on me.
Well, yeah, I didn't. I put 2 for Sprinkle, and neither of them made the cut. So go ahead.
Who'd you put, though?
Yeah.
I put Dave Brubeck.
That would have been one. Yeah.
And Sergio Menendez.
That was also pretty close. It's great bossa nova stuff.
Yeah,
but not today.
I know you were into bossa nova for a hot minute.
Yeah, the Brave Brubeck Take 5 was almost a honorable
yeah.
mention for me. That's a great album.
Who'd
For
you have
Will,
for me?
Oh, yeah. For Will, I had Dylan.
Yep.
Prince.
Yep.
Hornsby.
Yep.
Springsteen.
Yeah, very close.
And Ocean Blue.
It was on the list.
Is it?
Yep.
There you go.
Ocean
what
Blue,
album by Ocean Blue?
The first one.
Yeah.
And that's another one that, again, a memory that I have. I missed them the first time around. They kind of broke up and then were very sporadic when they released stuff. And I can remember going back to our guys' cabin weekend. We were at Buck Creek. But I don't know. We went back to Buck Creek for one year. It was maybe 8 or 9 years ago. And we're just playing music. And Shawn said, "Hey, put on Ocean Blue, Drifting Falling."
Right.
And I was like, where has this been my whole life? Like, what? Why am I discovering that? And I've got almost everything. And we got to see them a year and a half ago.
Show.
That was amazing.
So good.
Great.
It's the best $25 show I've been to in years.
Yeah.
It was great.
And for Johnson, I only got 2 that hit your list. Prince.
Say them all though.
I am. Prince.
Yep.
U2.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
I put on there. No, yes? Okay. Duran and The Cure. Those are the ones I put in.
The Cure was definitely on my long list. And the Smiths were on my long list. Yeah.
Sprinkle, what'd you got for us?
For Dan, I had Talk Talk.
Yeah, buddy.
Honorable mention.
I had Prince. I had David Bowie.
Okay.
I had Bob Dylan. And I had the Talking Heads.
Oh, man. All of them,
nice.
good. But
For Shawn, this was a huge miss, but I had Styx. I had Madonna.
Ooh, I do like Madonna, though, a
He does
lot.
like Madonna.
Yeah.
I do.
Survivor.
Okay.
Petra.
Yeah,
And
back in the day.
And Genesis.
Okay. I did like early Genesis, not with Peter Gabriel, but early albums after him. I did. Petra, though, was a big for us both.
oh, yeah.
Back in the 80s.
Early Christian rock.
Yeah, they were huge.
And then for Will, I had Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
I had the Beatles.
Okay.
I had Prince.
Yep.
I had Genesis again.
Okay.
And I had the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, Beastie Boys are on they're on the list. On brand. Sprinkle I had, and I hope I didn't cajole him into putting these on there, but I would have guessed Death Grips and MF Doom.
Yeah.
And then I guess Kendrick Lamar. I just threw like a hip hop artist from the last.
I'm unfortunately not really into Kendrick Lamar.
Well, that's unfortunate for sure. And then for Dan, I had Concrete Blonde.
Nice.
I feel like that's like the call of the day.
Yeah.
U2, Talk Talk. I had Bread down.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
Tears for Fears I had as well.
I know.
So
Tears for Fears.
I thought for sure one of you guys would put them down.
Well, and we had talked about it, and at one point they were on my honorable mention.
And you could have done 2 or 3 records with them.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
yeah. Songs from the Big Chair though is the one that I had in my head.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Yeah, and I got to see them live too. Just a few years ago at Riverbend.
Yeah.
That was amazing, and they sounded great.
So not too bad.
No.
And then for Shawn, I whiffed big time on. I had NXS.
They were on my honorable mention.
Nice.
Shabu Shaba is gonna.
Yeah. Psychedelic Furs.
Yeah. Yes.
U2.
Yeah.
Had the Smiths.
Okay.
And here's the other wild card. Only because I think we've been talking about him in a chat. The Cult. I had the Cult down.
Yes. Love album.
Yeah.
It was an awesome record. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I do. I like all of them.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like there's some more selections that we can come back to. I think we'll come back to you guys occasionally when we have ideas like this pop up and do something a little different. This, like I said earlier at the beginning, will probably come out before some of the interviews we have recorded. We have coming up a second interview with Tyler Trent from Brainiac. And we've talked to some other local Dayton people, Nick Kazernis, Ken Gross, Juliet Fromholt, a bunch of good stuff coming up, and this may come out before all those. And if so, we appreciate you listening. Please, wherever you find us, like and subscribe and follow us on social media, wherever it might be, starting with Facebook and Instagram. And we appreciate you listening and spending time with us. We're having a good time doing this. And guys, anything else?
Thank you.
Yeah, we're having a fun time doing this. I'm glad Sprinkle joined us with this one.
Yeah,
it was
thanks,
great.
Sprinkle.
Yeah, just happy to be here. Yeah.
And I think we had a listener say he didn't know much about us and stuff. I think this will help people understand kind of where we're coming from and what we like. And
Except I left off a whole bunch of hip hop.
Oh,
My
I left
goodness.
off a lot of albums.
I mean, Beastie Boys and
yeah.
Public Enemy were up there. There's some others, and I'll leave them to myself because I'm going to save this list and come back to it because there's a lot still there to go. So,
Yeah, for sure.
thank you for joining us on this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope that you discovered something new from the albums that we shared. I know we have as we've sat around the table, and we will see you soon. Is that it?
Yep.
That's it.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.